what is the single thing you're looking for out of the digital assets market this year that you think is really going to propel the industry, bring it to the next level, open adoption, whatever it is that you think is the big thing this year? What are you looking for? Let's go down the line, Robert.
I mean, I was in TradFi for 25 years on the rate side, which is probably the most archaic part of an investment bank in terms of like settlements and infrastructure and operations. So for me, the most exciting area is really blockchain innovation, bringing in permissioned public blockchains. We're seeing developments in repo trading, in real-world asset trading, tokenization. The framework is now being built and used, by the way, by banks and asset managers to really bring TradFi into the next century. And seeing that develop is super exciting for me.
Okay, so blockchain development, Adam?
I mean, unimaginative answer on the regulatory side of things. We need a functioning federal government in order to move things forward. On the Clarity Act side of things, I think more broadly speaking, what I think is very interesting is we've got this world where you've got the traditional financial markets and you've got the crypto markets. It's the melding of those two that I think will be really fun to watch, kind of to Robert's point, over the next year to see how that kind of comes together. I'm of the opinion that we'll get to a spot where it's just the markets and there'll be no distinguishing between the two of them. Digital assets will be just an asset class within the broader market structure. And I think you'll start to see a lot more of kind of the blockchain technology and the distributed ledger technology step into the traditional market infrastructure, as we kind of talked about on the derivative side of things. I was doing some research recently on settlements, which is indicative of how exciting my life is. But the settlement movement in the early 90s from T+5 to T+3 was facilitated effectively by two catalysts. Those two catalysts were the prevalence and growth of DTCC from a central counterparty clearing perspective, and the other was a technological advancement. I'll challenge the room and the panelists. Do you know what that technological advancement early 90s was that was the driver for a reduction in settlement cycle from T+5 to T+3? Internet's a good guess. I would have guessed email. No. The fax machine. The fax machine. DTCC and the fax machine in the early 90s were the catalyst for the move from T+5 to T+3. We've obviously come a ways from then. But I think it's interesting to see where that was 30 years ago. The development we've seen technologically over the past 30 years is incredible. And I think starting to see faster, cheaper, and less risk, all the things we kind of anchored on today, that's the vision of DLT. That's the vision of blockchain technology. And I think that inserting itself in the traditional financial markets is what's going to be fun to see over the next year.
And quickly, Sam?
So really quickly, as somebody who has built exchanges, built match engines, I've got a couple of patents for that too, little self-promotion. But as somebody who's done all of this, I don't think it can be underestimated what impact or distributed exchange like Hyperliquid will have and is having on the exchange space. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really also looking forward to Coinbase's takeover, which is complete now, of Deribit and how they'll improve that market and access. And finally, alongside of everything's been said, the maturation of technology in the space to enable faster, quicker trading is what I'm looking for.
Awesome. And John?
Clarity Act, stablecoin interest rates, stablecoin yield, and maturity of messaging.
I love the conciseness. Awesome. We're out of time. Thank you, everybody. We'll be in the room if you want to ask questions. Thanks.